Greetings, fellow Druids. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 6 of Keepers of the Gauranlen Grove, which originally aired live on Twitch. Here's a little reminder of our rules. That page is actually slightly outdated as I have changed the desired clothing just a little bit. That is the roles in the top, middle, right-ish. We started on this map tile here. It is a cold boreal forest out in the northwest corner of this map. And we have a bunch of our neighbors here are indeed the only people that we really have good relations with. We do have some royals that are a little far-flung, but given that we're not going for a royal rank, they will never be trade partners. Not unless, well, no, I guess not. All we can do is give them tribute. I've actually added one more mod, but it's a mod I made, and all it does is mute the time change sounds, so that's not much to speak on. And we're picking up with our crew here, slowly migrating from our starter base over to this new section here. So that is a big project for today. I'm going to actually keep the channel point redemptions to a minimum so that I can hyper focus on what needs to be done to keep this group alive. So first order of business, now that we're heading into winter, is to secure food. That is going to be vitally important. So to that end, I'm going to have my hunter get to it. Brenona is going to go hunt. So what I want to do here is to take over this area and oh, Hype Train, Chili Biscuit, thanks for the resub as well. Flamebird and Fred for the follows. And Glitch for bits. So we are pushing ahead with the solar panel research so that we can get some power to the base. I was trying to figure out if it would be possible for me to wind turbine anywhere. I could hypothetically wind turbine here and just have a tree partially block me, which I guess is acceptable. So that's what I'm going to do. A little reminder, of course, that we cannot cut down trees for any reason whatsoever. So instead of cutting down this tree, I'm just going to pave around it, and when it dies, we'll have a full efficiency windmill. So I will build around it here like this, and that will be the start of powering up this new base. T-Sang, thanks for the gifted subs, and welcome. Always a pleasure to have you back. And Jamney, Tooth, the biggest Nate, and Matt, thanks for the bits as well. Welcome all. And Indanome as well. Cheers all. So we also recently bought 2 wolves, and they didn't do well. They immediately got. And we are working on trying to get our 3rd Dryad. And in order for the Gauranlen tree to work, you really only need 3 Dryads. So I'm going to stop maintaining this Gauranlen tree and have Adriel here work on other things in the base. Yeah, we are very close to the map edge. I have the edge actually marked out so I could see it and plan for it. But this is also a 400 by 400 map, so it's enormous. As you can see, it's simply enormous. That's actually one of the problems I've been having with food, is the walk it takes to get to food is very, very, very lengthy. All right, what I'm doing now, ooh, we still have some, well, aren't you supposed to self-tend? Let's do that. I am not having the bed rest so that we can get some more research done, trying to push ahead the things that we want done. And the other thing I'm going to need to do, considering I have 0 regular components, is queue up some component mining. So I'm going to look around for mountain components and have probably Jazz or Kadath go for them. We've got some plasteel, which would be good for our multi-analyzer. And components. Oh, and a meteorite of gold ore landing pretty close to the tree, actually, out in the river. Paths, thanks for the resub as well. And Sir Felon Ward, it's I'll have to catch you another day. I will try to have as much fun as I can. So I was thinking, and this is why I have the updated messages here, or there rather, is I'm going to be working on my defense. But I guess primarily what I'm going to be doing is trying to move into the new space. Treat this like the base that it is supposed to be. I'm also going to set up a new area. So let's add a new area for pets. And the pets area is going to be sort of back here. And that will be for my wolves and my Dryads. Bob, of course, is unconscious, so it's not like he can escort himself out. But, yeah, we'll keep the pets back there. I'll even put some animal sleeping spots here. All right. Pet Yoda. Hey, buddy. You like pets? All right. So, mining for components so that we can get the wind turbine up. And as you can see, our guys are healing and resting. So most of this work is going to be done soon, but not yet. We do have a dwindling supply of food here. So that's one of the concerns that I have. Am I planning on using geothermal? So I would like to, but the thing is I can't cut down trees. I'm not allowed to. So the geothermal generator is, you know, something I might get sometime in the future if these trees die off on their own. But obviously that's not going to be anytime soon. Trees have a very long lifespan of about 2 years. So it could be 2 years until that tree is a viable candidate for me to use. So the geothermal generator is pretty much useless to me for now. And that's fine. Meepers, thanks for the follow. Ward, thanks for gifting out a sub. Welcome all. Alright, so the trade caravan is leaving. This is the trade caravan I bought the wolves from. They have lost 2 of their own to some mega spiders that they engaged. I have a little sympathy. I kind of feel bad, but it's just the way it is. Okay. Tailsin, you're going to get that smoothing, and then we are going to turn this into the base it was meant to be. I am excited. I am very, very excited. One of the big improvements I'm going to do is a high-tech research bench. Pretty early on, I'm going to get a high-techer here. And we'll be able to do some wunderbar research, increasing our research speeds. And then when Flo decides to join us, which should be pretty soon, she is going to be an excellent researcher as well, as she is too smart and a burning passion and intellectual. Burning intellect. It's what we like to see. I'll leave that for now. All right, so here comes the wind turbine. Just about done, has all the materials. Tailsin, where? Okay, you're building it, cool. So we will have a partial block by tree, but that's fine. I'm going to have him definitely concrete this up so we can't possibly have another tree pop up and ruin our efficiency. So now that we have that built, we can start adding heaters in here so that we can get a bit of a warmer base. And then I'm also going to drop a wall down like this. And this here is going to be a kitchen. Give puppies a treat. Hey, Tusk Pup, hop on up. Tusky, treat. Tusky, you're summoned. Come here. Here's your treat. All right. So this is going to be all in granite. And I am going to airlock it a little bit with yet another door. So it will look something like that. That way, what I could do is put the butchery here and the kitchen here, and it will be very easy to bring food in and out, in and out. Let's cut the rest of this. This is all sandstone. And thank you, Kadath, for doing that. All right, once we get the solar power research done, I'm obviously going to be adding a significant amount of solar power and batteries so that we can build up our power stores during the day and have power at night. So let's continue to smooth this surface and mine out the rest of this. I don't think there's... Nope, there is no overhead mountains or anywhere here. So I'll just roof this all up and we'll be good. Build a roof over these bedrooms, and I'm going to leave the bedrooms that still require smoothing to be smooth. So I'm really trying to push ahead to move. I'm going to put a research bench here, and then probably one there. So let me even make this a little larger so that everything sort of squishes. So I'm planning on, maybe I shouldn't plan on something so far in the future if those trees might not die off. So I'll go back to my original plan. I take it back. I'm going to put one high-tech research bench here once that once that is mined up. One very, very inexpensive thing I could do for Flo here is get her a bed to sleep on so that we can recruit her a little bit faster. So I'll do that. How's the tree hugging colony? Alive and kicking. So that's something. We're about to get our third Gauranlen Dryad, and that's going to allow us to do the merging process. And I'm just trying to work so that we don't fall victim the way we did in our last series. I'm going to not have a lot of channel point redemptions for what to do, and instead I'm going to focus mostly on survival until I have ensured survival. Arania, thank you for the sub and welcome. I appreciate it. All right, Kadath, I want you to mine here because as soon as I can get the high-tech research bench, the better. And that's going to require a whole lot of components I do not currently have. Jazz, I think that's where well, Kadath will be done with this pretty soon. Did chat sabotage the last colony? Not intentionally, but through some of the things that were polled that I offered as a poll, I in no way am blaming chat. We sunk the ship, so to speak, because of choices I allowed. Did get a little close last stream, but that's not your fault. That is my sloppiness. Only myself to blame. So other things that we're going to need as we are advancing to the tech age is additional steel and components. And this is very close to my base, so let's tap this for its steel. And then Brenona, I want to see, okay, I guess you're cooking. So cook, hunt, that's your priorities. I like it. Please hunt the caribou. I'm a little worried about, as you can see, we only have 200 potatoes left, and we're gonna run out unless I make it a priority, unless I really push my guys to get hunting. It's gonna be a little bit of a struggle. No ships sunk yet, Mr. Kadath. The backup dock, we are good. Good for now. All right, Aoife's fully healed. That means that we're all now fully healed. And we are throwing together this new area with cargo pods of Wake Up landing right next to the base. Fantastic. When I was worried about productivity, we needn't worry anymore. This bed is supposed to be Flo's. so that she can offer us high quality car insurance once she joins us. And a caribou revenge, but just of a singular caribou, not the herd, so we're fine. Come on, Brunona. Here, Kadath, how about you just club it? It's about to die. Whoa, that almost hit Kadath. Don't do that. All right, clubbed to death. Rob Dugan. Who here got that clubbed to death reference? Pretty obscure, so I don't suspect that it was many of you. It was a famous track on the Matrix, but he makes great music on his own right, so. Okay, then we need to add the vents between... Oh yeah, Tictoria died, I don't care. We need to add vents to allow the bedrooms to be heated. And I'm gonna run cables throughout like this. All right, that's fine. I like that. And then, let's see. We're gonna want a battery here. And we're gonna want to add a whole bunch of batteries because wind power and solar power are not reliable. And the less reliable power source, the more the batteries that you will need. So Kadath and Jazz are mining for us. Bernona is killing caribou and making sure that we have a source of food. Aoife is researching. Adriel is building. Tailson should be building. Training. You know, actually, don't train right now, Tailson. I want you to construct. But we are holding a celebration for marriage. So put on the pink light and cheers. Are there any Dryads around? We already have 2 Dryads and a third on the way coming in 5 days. The way the Gua Makers work is, as you can see, a Gua Maker pod requires 3 Dryads. So once we have 3 Dryads, they will merge as one in the pod, creating a new seed for us. Which is the way the Gua Makers make more Gauranlen pods. But back over to the wedding. Whose wedding was this? Where is the... Oh, Aoife. I like how Aoife at her own wedding is working. She's just researching. Lady, you might want to attend your own wedding. I mean, I'm not your boss, but I guess I am. I'm your boss. Attend your wedding. Little red light, too. Right, puppy? Look at the cuteness of this puppy. I love her. She's so sweet. Can I stop them merging and keep them as pets? Yes, I could if I changed the type of Dryad cast. So if I made them any other type of Dryad, they wouldn't merge. But I am going to allow them to merge. Here's the thing. To manage these Gauranlen trees efficiently, you need high plant skill. So it really should only be people with the skill to do it, ideally. So Adriel and Oriana both have high plant skill. So I'm going to aim for 2 trees. Now, I am going to poll you right now. Should I change Dryad casts? The thing is, if I want 2 trees, the other really obvious way to get a tree is to hold a Arbor Day. And I can hold an Arbor Day to get my other pod without having to kill my 2 Dryads. It's not necessary to kill not to kill these Dryads, because they would eventually respawn after a full season. But we could go with an Arbor Day celebration for our second tree. I only, for now, want 2 trees because we don't have the people to maintain more than the 2. But you all are saying don't change the cast, so we will allow them to merge into a Gua Maker pod instead, if that is a no. And, oh, let me put up my vote timer. There we go. There's a vote timer up there. For me not to forget, because we all know how forgetful I am. So the wedding is over, and Aoife and Tailson are now husband and wife. And they are the only ones at their own party. Ooh, in the fields. And once that timer runs out, I'll resolve the poll. Vidisum, Thanks for the bits, and welcome. What's special about this type of Dryad? They make more trees. So let me go through all the Dryad casts. Carriers are haulers. Barkskins are tanks. Clawers are DPS. Wood makers make wood. Medicine makers make medicine. Berry makers make berries. And Gua makers make more Gauranlen trees. Those are the 7 types of Dryads. So right now we have tree makers, and I'm going to be unlocking another tree if you vote no. If you vote yes, I'll still unlock another tree. I'm just going to do it a different way. Okay, marriage ceremony is concluded. Brunona doesn't look like you attended. Ooh, this wolf is hurt. The Arctic wolf, this one specifically, well, not that specifically, but Arctic wolves in general are venerated animals, and I do not want them hurt. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to try to tame a wild one. I got to add more a cooldown. Let's give puppy treats, or we're going to have some fat puppies. Did the clothing assigned to a given role get changed? It did. And I have to address that. So thanks, Tremontaine, for the reminder. So here, the leader wants a broad hood, and the Morguide wants a hood. So Adriel, all that she has to do is get rid of her broad wrap and then put on a hood. Let me go ahead and queue up another hood too in order to fulfill it. So I will queue up a blue fur hood and a plain... No, I don't have enough plain leather. Light leather hood. I'll queue up 2 of them. Are Dryads because of my ideology? Yes. If you have a tree connection, you can have a Gauranlen connection. They are... Oh, and the poll is resolved. That little clunk noise there is the resolution of the poll. So, no, we won't change casts. Got it. My fuel stove is completely out of fuel. We are going to need to very quickly transition over to an electric stove. That is going to be my toppest of top priorities. So what I'm going to do while they sleep is I am going to set up a kitchen here. So here's my kitchen zone. We'll make it normal's fine. All food minus kibble, pemmican, hay, chocolate. So really not all food. And no animal products that are fertilized eggs or jellies go in here. Then we're going to have a zone for vegetables, specifically a zone for meat, a zone for tea leaves, and then a zone for meals. So this is meals. These are the meals that need refrigeration. We'll put these as preferred, and we will have all meals minus the NPM, or minus package survival. This is for tea leaves. So psychoid leaves, raw, plant matter, psychoid. I should start using the search bar for individuals. This is for, let's call this meat, and raw meat, but not insect or human. Human and insect. And then this is veggies. All vegetarian. Okay, so that is all set up. And that is now the highest of high priorities so that we can continue cooking, because then otherwise I only have 16 meals left. The other thing I wanted to do is to move my stockpiles. So I'm going to move all of the stuff that I own over here to keep my ritual room more impressive, because impressive ritual rooms increase your chance for better outcomes. Oh, no, let me repaint that. I don't want to design my own stockpile. So this will be the low stockpile, set to low. And then, are there things I don't want in it? No, everything's fine. I don't want chunks or corpses, obviously, but everything else is fine. For now. I might change. Oh, actually, no. Raw resources of stone blocks and steel don't belong in here. Let's take those out. All right, I'll catch up with you chatting in just a second. I'm just trying to hyper-focus here. And, okay, down here, we're going to have our steel and, so, non-perishables. and this will be low for stone blocks and steel, which do not decay outside. And that means this is gone, and this is gone. Then we're going to bring over our hand tailor bench. I will put that here. And art bench here. Stone cutter here. And slowly... Okay, and the research bench, the old research bench, I'll put here. Slowly moving over. The tables themselves, let's see. We are going to put our dining room table there. Have one stool. Chess or another stool. And another stool. Okay, nice and nested. Obviously, I need to haul the chunks out, so I'll create a chunk dump. So get rid of corpses, and we'll be able to move the chunks out of the way. All right, let's start delivering materials to the electric stove, because that, like I said, without the electric stove, we will not have a source of food, as I am out of fuel, and we don't have woodmaker dryads, and I have, I have a few fiber corn I could cut down. I just got to be careful about how I click and drag. We'll have a few fiber corn to be able to bridge the gap, so let me not destroy this field stove just yet. No, actually, I'm going to do it. The reason why, I might want some wood for other reasons, so I don't want to stick all of my wood into my field stove, and that's that. So if there's anything, Draco Fallen, that you don't understand, I can always try to answer it for you. But basically, our ideologies is more or less simple. The collectivist, all it does is give this work drive ability, and it triples it rather than doubles. Transhumanist adds a whole lot of stuff, but I haven't really unlocked that stuff just yet, so I don't really need to explain it until I get to it. But the sleep accelerator speeds up your sleep. The neural supercharger is sort of like Luciferium for a day. Biosculpting helps you reverse age or heal yourself or for pleasure. I don't mind eating nutrient paste meals, so that is actually something I might head towards in the future. And then bottom modification approved is just basically transhumanist enjoyment. Proselytizer is very, very simple. Basically, we spread our ideology more. And then tree connection means I don't cut down trees, and it also unlocks the plants specialist. Oh, and transhumanist unlocks the research specialist. So I have two researchers here, the research and the plant specialist, because of those roles. All right, Tilson, I want you to focus on the stove. So Oriana, you are going to haul steel. Jazz, haul steel. Kadath, haul steel. And Tailsin, build that stove for me, please. I will be, once I have a even better understanding of the DLC, I will be giving my own sort of overview breakdown as well. So we have a quest here. Patronella Lightspring, Duchess of the Fallen Empire, has been caught in bed with the wrong person. She imprisoned the inappropriate lover as in a show of rejection, but she wants to keep her prisoner here. And she is going to have 2 raids attracted here of about 10 people a piece. The rewards is Lure of Medicine, a side trainer joy or goodwill. Should I accept this quest? The rewards seem paltry for the risk of being attacked by 3 times our own population. But there you go. Pulls up. I think the greatest threat to the colony at this moment is starvation due to the winter. And that's why I'm trying desperately to push towards not starving to death. So any tasks that arise that sort of draw me away from not starving are ones I personally think I should avoid. Just my 2 cents. All right, let's move this butcher table. This butcher table will go here, and the butchery, copy the name and the title, the preferences, and we'll put it here. Paste and paste. Then I'm also going to put a roof area over it because it doesn't interrupt the wind turbine. And so that nothing grows in the one hole, I will put a segment of concrete. I'm also keeping my eye on this warg because this warg could go for Bob, as Bob is already knocked out. And I wouldn't want a warg to get the coup de grace because, of course, they're venerated animals and I would be dramatically penalized for letting a warg take me out. All right, Aoife. Let's get you to start moving stuff. So I might want to rally a bunch of my shooters and have a crack at the warg to prevent it from causing any harm. Pet Tusk. Hi, buddy. Hi, pal. She's just lounging. This is the best. Want to have a smaller room for a kitchen? For storage space. Because I will be at some point researching air conditioning, and I will want to store my meat in a freezer. So an overly small kitchen could be a bad thing. So I think what I'm going to do is set fine meals up as the top priority, do until I have 8, and then, oh, the poll's done. We are not going to accept the quest. Sorry. Not interested in helping you. Cheat. More treats. More treats. There you go. All right, so now we have a battery that is going to be slow charged. Another thing I want to do to manage my own power levels is to have dead power for this stove. So I'm going to install dead power right there. And let's set up a lamp here for the researcher so that she can research a little bit faster in daylight. Tailsin is working on the high-tech research bench, which is great. And then Kadath is going to haul all those components once he's done. What alignment is this series? If you type about, it gives you a link to the ideology. But basically, chaotic neutral. We make our own decisions, but we value freedom. Flo has gone berserk. I don't blame her, because we haven't been feeding her. So, Aoife, why have you not been feeding her? All right, Adriel and Oriana, let's put this down. 1 arrow each, and then punches. Well, all right, that was a terrible attempt at an arrow. She's malnourished, so this should be pretty easy. She's malnourished, but we're literally coming to feed her. Oh, my torso's getting beat up. Let me back out of here so she doesn't torso me to death. And this is this happens to be really good. Really good. Oh, whoops. Practice for Kadath for his doctoring, because she is. It's not serious. She has 18 hours. And that gives me plenty of time to practice. All right, Aoife, please add dead power so we don't keep that stove on. And as soon as this gets smoothed out, we will move into our new bedroom. And then add heaters and stuff. Yeah, the prisoner now has a bed. Oh, Kadath, you were hauling components. Where did you drop? Ah, here they are. Tailsin. Aoife, go for the components. All right, so Kadath is treating And then he will, after he's done, treat the couple. Another thing I need to do is to get Tailsin to create the clothing that Aoife and Adriel want. Aoife here, that one's really easy. I can just, wherever that broad wrap went, I guess it's right here. We'll wear it. And then Adriel wants a hood. The high-tech research bench is almost all set. The thing about the high-tech research bench, I'm probably not going to have the power until I get solar power to keep that, operating. It does look like there's a... Nope. Yeah, I could add wind here. I think it will be really difficult to keep this wind protected. But there's a small window of adding wind here. I'll poll all you guys. Should I add a turbine there? Or here? So here's the poll. Alternatively, I'm about 2/3 or a third, or almost halfway to get solar. And if I got solar, I would nest my solar back here where it is better protected. So it's up to you whether you think I should add a wind turbine. Now, if I did add a wind turbine here, let's forbid this so that I don't build it. I would run power over to my ritual room and power over to my main base. Nails Travelers. Desperate Travelers. I'm going to turn this down because there's really no way I'm going to be able to feed these guys for a half a season and not myself starve. Bog Imp. Welcome. Welcome, friend. Okay, there we go. So Aoife now has the proper clothing that she wanted. And Ruburn too. So if we did put the wind turbine here, I would obviously need to steel up everywhere underneath it. But luckily, given the external temperatures right now, it's not like I'm about to get new sprouts or anything like that. All the plants are done growing for the season. All right, Aoife, yeah, build that conduit because I want to turn off the stove. There we go. So now all of our power is going into the battery, which is exactly how I wanted it. Wow, it's about dead even of the yeses and nos. So my eventual plan, far future plan, is to create a boundary wall, something like this, where the only way into the base, is through this sort of marsh, forcing enemies to be slow and exposed and easy to pick off. But of course, building large walls for this colony, because I can't chop down trees, is very expensive. But this is the eventual goal. And then what I would do is mine tunnels here and here to allow edge raiders that aren't sappers or breachers to march all the way around and go into the appropriate entryway. Klein with the 25 months. I need to work on a better like loyalty, because mine only goes up to like 1 year. That's on my long list of to-dos. And the resolution is yes. Barely, but yes. Barely still works for me. So let's do this. I'm going to open up floors and put concrete, which is the cheapest non-flammables. And then conduit that runs to the ritual room, and conduit that runs to the new area. Very snaky. So yeah, this flooring will prevent tree crops from sprouting, so that I don't in some future have to deal with cutting down trees that are in the grow zone. Same reason I did it over here, right? I have one tree I can't cut down, which reduces the effectiveness of the wind turbine, but it's still producing 1500 watts. I mean, that's good. No complaints there. The Dryads 3 days away. And we have 5 meals left in stock. I just have to make sure that my guys are like as productive as they can be. So Tailsin is working on the cable that runs over to the new wind turbine. And now we have some lights, which will help with research speed as well. And soon a high-tech research bench, which will be infinitely faster. Well, not infinitely faster, but significantly faster than what we were running with. Adriel is getting a little cold, so you, my friend, need a hood. Tailsin, where are you? You're building the bench. I'm gonna have you stop and make a hood. Oh, you're not a tailor. Kadath is our tailor, that's right. Kadath, I'm gonna wake you up. Have you tailor a hood for us. Alright, let's also move our hoopstone ring. You like the Yoda Overlord? Okay, Flo's being treated like as good as I can. Her resistance is coming down about a point per talk, so maybe about a season or so. Is my new stove connected? Not at the moment, but it will be. I'm purposely keeping it off so that my wind turbines power up my battery. And then this high-tech research bench is purposely disabled as well, so that we don't draw power. Hi, puppy. Oh, I love that puppy. Yeah, I'm choosing not to cheese anything. I explained this about 15 times last stream. I won't be destroying any trees myself. No fire, no grenades. If natural disasters happen, like a defoliator ship, or natural flash fires and things like that, well, okay, so be it. It's not my fault. But the thing is, I won't be exploiting game mechanics to destroy trees. We are supposed to be tree lovers, and I'm going to actually be a tree lover and not just torch them because they're in my way. I need to update my rules to make that more explicitly clear. Generally speaking, in my series, I stick to a preset rule, and then I don't exploit my way around it. Because if you exploit your way around it, then, well, it's not really a rule, it's not a restriction, and you've just made the game easier for yourself. Which is, you know, often defeats the purpose of a challenge. Same with, like, things that are annoying, where, you know... Oh, no, don't cut that tree. Where the current meta is like, oh, just add a mod to do it. And it's like, well, yeah, but then you're just making the game easier. I want the game to be as hard as possible, so the... you know, oh, just get a mod to do it for you, is something I'm obviously not interested in doing. Alright, so that hood is for Adriel, once he's awake. We're obviously going to need a lot of steel in order to run and build all that. But I do think it's a very worthy goal. Here's another hood, but I'm going to suspend this hood, because, Kadath, I'm just going to have you focus on your own stuff. And Jazz is doing a great job of mining. Bob is almost fully healed. That warg's still lurking. I don't like it. Don't like it. I really should have probably hunted the warg by now. So here's Tailsin getting the wind turbine down. And Aoife on the research bench. So Aoife, what I'm going to do for you right now is I'm going to make you haul things where they belong. I actually probably shouldn't keep you up this... Well, no, you're so happy you just got married. I'm going to make you work. Happy honeymoon. It's not so much that I like to micromanage, it's that a huge part of RimWorld, playing RimWorld is the micromanagement challenge. I mean, I do like to micromanage, don't get me wrong, but I think that a bunch of mods that help micromanage things for you makes the game inherently easier, which is totally against my ethos. Okay, so now everybody should be wearing the clothing they want. Yep. And... Yep. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. let's stop super hauling. Oriana, help her out with... Oh, you don't construct at all. Never mind. So we're grabbing all the chunks out. And then we're going to want the cables and the rest of the paving. And Kadath is mining up a storm. Kadath was a really good ad. You guys voted on me getting Kadath, and honestly, it was a brilliant idea because he has been cranking out the steel. Oh, yep. Oh, okay. So this is exactly what I was worried about. Bob. So luckily, my pets can be ordered to move because they're intelligent. So I'm having Bob get away from that warg. That warg is obviously coming for Bob. Bernona, how far away are you? Bernona, you stay there because you're not going to be part of this fight. Just haul the steel. And Kadath, same deal for you. Just haul steel. Oh, who is hypothermic? Adriel? What's your, Oh, you don't have pants on. Okay. I'm going to have to make some pants. Let's clear this out. And pants and shirts. So do until we have... I know I have the ward coming, but let me do this first. No wools, no cloths, just leathers. Normal quality, better, 95 plus. And take to the stockpile, and then shirts. Normal, 95 plus. No wools, no cloths. Okay. That'll be another Kadath goal. So I don't think that these Dryads, they don't meet amount 3. So the reason why they're so rarely targeted, Aoife, you could do your own thing, you're ranged. The reason they're so rarely targeted, I believe, could be wrong, is because they're so worthless meat-wise that predators don't even see them as like a thing to hunt, which is helpful. Get away from Bob. There you go. You want revenge? Who are you chasing, Adriel? Oh, of course, you're chasing the wounded one. Aoife, I lied. Come back. Okay. Not expecting that. He died rather immediately. Second bite. And the tree is now unbound as a result. Dang. Not something you expect out of just a normal warg engagement. Totally took me by surprise. And Jazz is a wimp, so he immediately takes a dive. What I will try to do is keep him on ice for future possibility of resurrection. But let me go ahead and kite and fight. So we're going to need to do a funeral service for him. I am going to put a marble sarcophagus, or what stones do I even have? Sandstone. That's kind of unfortunate stone. Sandstone sarcophagus in the back of the kitchen. All right. Aoife and Oriana coming to back up Tailson. And Bernona is going to come around with Kadath. Well, Kadath, let me give you a... We don't have any bows. Okay, so Kadath, do haul some more steel. It's going to be the most productive that you could do. All right, now we actually have our good shooter on the case. And it's dead. Should have taken more aggressive action earlier as a group. Just didn't think he would be bit twice and dead. Oh well. 'Tis happens. So now I don't even need the second tree. So that means I am going to change the cast of these Gauranlen Dryads, as I only have one plant worker. Thanks, Jazz. So reliable. So reliable, taking a dive like that. So that will change. And then these animals can go back to the pet zone. All right, Tailsin is going to work on that, work on the sarcophagus, and Kadath is going to lay out the steel. Kadath should manage his own food. You're just eating his pemmican. Okay. Well, take his bow while you're at it, I guess. All right, we're going to need this. Bernona, where are you exactly? We're going to need the new kitchen to be producing for us soon, because I think we're out of meals. So once Bernona gets up here to do the butchering, I will have her craft some meals. We'll also put a lamp there. Tailson, you work on that first. All right. Bob is healed. Flogel6, thanks for extending your sub through January. Holy moly. Welcome. All right, major break risk. Let's see. We are going to then... Aoife, you should bury. Or actually... Yeah. Oriana should bury him. She's the wife. Where are you burying him? What the heck are you doing? No. Okay, hold on. I'm going to assign a colonist. Oh, I need to unassign. Oh, you kidding me? All right, Adriel and Barry. What are you doing? Okay, fine. Zone restrictions. You're really making me work for this, aren't you? There we go. All right, we can destroy this. He is now buried, and we have to hold a funeral at some point. But I am going to prioritize the food here, because we're eating pemmican. So Oriana. Oh, not Oriana. Bernona. Haul some steel, and then we're going to get you to cook. Holy pathfinding Batman. It's because I own a whole bunch of sarcophagi out here. Because I claimed it, and it's thinking that that's the... I mean, you get what's going on, I'm sure. I don't really have to explain it. It's just them being annoying. All right, Brenona. Up top and cook. So we'll try to get the fine meals, the very few potatoes that we have, to stretch as far as we can. Another thing I could do is to set up... my guys for berry picking, but of course we just lost one of our primary plant users. It would be funny if I made her consumer husband. It would take a minute for that to even happen. That's not something that, like, accidentally happens all that fast. Thankfully. But in some cultures, that's what they do. All right, so the raccoon's gone. We are now making meals. Let me clear the rock rubble up a little bit. And then I am going to add some heaters and close some vents so that we can get this area heated as well. All right, Jazz, Haul Steel, Kadeth. Haul Steel. Oriana's mood is going to be bad. I'll keep an eye on that. And then we need Tailsin. Oriana, tend to Tailsin before you go. Oh, God, you're hungry. As you can see, there's a little bit of heat in here, so that's another thing I'm going to need to research is, well, I could do a vent for now, but eventually an air conditioner. And she's tantruming before I got the healing out. All right, so Kadeth, now you're going to be tending. So haul and tend. And here I will increase the meals to 28 once she adds a vent. Alright, I'm gonna turn that off now that she's not in there. Both of them. Alright, so she's smashing some stuff up. Totally entitled, I understand. Yeah, the butcher still needs to be moved. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. I think a funeral is probably the highest priority at the moment before people have, before people go full crazy. All right. Almost spilled my precious coffee. All right, this rat is obviously drafting off of my my butchery. We'll fix that soon. You don't need to feed a meal to Jazz. Let me fix the doctoring. Tailsin, you're no longer doctor. What I want you to do, Tailsin, is to construct the cables so that I can bother to heat some stuff, because we're gonna get hypothermia unless we get some shelter. Who's starving? No one anymore. And visitors from the kinship. I know who are the rules about coffee. Oh yeah. Alright, is he critically hypothermic? Yes. All the more reason to get the construction done. Let me then... Bernona. You stop what you're doing. Tailsin, you hang out here while she cooks and heats up the place. Because otherwise, you're going to rip Aronis. I don't need anyone freezing. This is exactly why I was like, I'm not going to have any, like, user preference anything right now, because things a little tight. All right, so you cook, you deliver to heaters. He is slowly getting frozen. There, now we'll heat up there a little bit. All right, Aoife, go bring the butcher table. Or actually, deliver the stool, then bring the butcher table. And Bernona, construct a heater. Stick it in here, because he's losing digits. Really? You delivered one component? All right, Tilson. And then you can tend yourself. Obviously, this is going to melt my food, but me not freezing to death takes a slight priority. Thank you, fellow Dryads, for watching The Keepers of the Gauranlen Grove, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. But please keep in mind that the Twitch series is far ahead of the YouTube airing schedule. If you would like to catch a live stream, though, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams, including links to Twitch and Discord. Thank you so very much for watching. I will catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.